Hello everyone! I'm back once again. Sorry for canceling the stream last week. Needed a break after the holidays, after the new year. I hope you all had a great New Year's Eve. Happy 2022. This will be the first video up on my channel in 2022, so we might as well make it spicy, right? We'll make it a little spicy in the 2022. We make it a little spice. So, you guys see the title of tonight's stream. Welcome everyone. JD, God of Lords, Luke, Martin, Field. Hello, hello. How are you guys doing? Like I said, hopefully everyone had a great new year. Z6, what's up? Oh, good. The chat is working. The chat is finally popping up on the screen. Perfect. Alone on a Tuesday night? Pathetic. But you're not alone on a Tuesday night. You're here with me. We do a little... We're not going to revel. We're not going to revel, but we are going to talk about... Okay, we might revel a little bit. But I'm not happy I'm right about this. And we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. Usually I stay out of LP business because I don't care. But the spice controls the universe, so we're going to talk about the spice. Well, he who controls the spice controls the universe, as they say in Dune. So we are going to talk about the spice. We're going to talk about what's going on. I'm going to give it a little bit for a few more people to filter in. Thank you guys. I have noticed that I am, my subscribers have been steadily going up despite, I don't want to say the lack of content. I've been uploading a little bit more in the past few months. But despite me not necessarily, uploading as consistently as I would like, but if you've been here for a while, you know how it goes. So, first things first, we're gonna shill. I have been accused on Twitter of taking advantage of lonely men, because I make so much money online, as we know. Sometimes I make like $30 in a month. It's very great. Which means I'm taking advantage of people. Of course, it doesn't mean that people are voluntarily donating to me of their own free will, most of which people who donate to me have families and children. It's fine. I'm not bitter. Anyways, I'm wearing new merchandise. Yeah, I got myself a cropped hoodie, of course, because I need to be an e-girl, apparently. But this is one of my favorite designs. This is the King's Designs from my merch store. A couple orders of business before we get started on the topic today that I want to make sure everyone knows, so everybody who watches this back knows about this. I, after some finagling on my website, kenziepuff.com, on the screen there, finally have a newsletter up and running. If you are subscribed to my newsletter, which you can do, it's the first prompt when you go to my website is to sign up for my newsletter, because apparently I think I'm Tom Woods or something. I'm going to send out emails every once in a while. It's not going to be a daily type of thing. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to be spam. It's just going to be me announcing when, like, I release a new t-shirt design, and sometimes when I live stream, if I remember to send out a notification about me live streaming. So if you're not somebody that is in my Telegram channel, which you can also join at a link down below, if that's not really your thing, but you want to stay up to date with me and you're only following me on YouTube and not other social media, the best way to know when I'm streaming is hopefully going to be my newsletter that I send out. So that's exciting. And if you want that in your emails, you can sign up for that at my website. Additionally, I have finally, after having merch for like a year now, have added a shop merchandise button to the top of my website or to the navigation of my website. So finally, it's not going to be hard to find my merch, and I won't have to link it to people. You'll just know where it is. You can check it every once in a while. I'm working on an X-Files design because you guys know how I like the X-Files. But for now, it's just pretty much all Libertarian themed t-shirts, aside from the I Will Not Live in a Pod and I Will Not Eat Bugs, which is honestly my personal favorite. It's between this and the I Will Not Eat Bugs shirt are my favorite designs. They're super simple, nothing with my face on it yet. Some of you guys have requested that, but I don't know if I want to go that far with the e-girl thing, so we'll see. But there is like 7 or 8 merchandise designs on there. They're all pretty simple like this. I finally added hoodies and sweatshirts and long sleeve shirts since it's getting cold. We're in the winter months now for some of you guys that are subscribed to my channel. So you can check that out if you want. Completely optional. I'm not saying you have to. It is what it is. Okay, that's enough announcements. That's enough shilling. Boy, okay. I think I've beat around the bush enough here. For those of you who don't know, I did a stream a year ago, where I was getting questions all the time a year ago, pretty much since I became a libertarian. Why don't I support the Libertarian Party? Which, for those of you who don't know my history, I know a lot of you are new here or might not know maybe yet. I voted for Gary Johnson in 2016. Yes, I deserve to be made fun of for that, and I make fun of myself all the time, so feel free. It's not something I mention a lot for obvious reasons, but I did vote for Gary Johnson in 2016. Or 2016. So, well, that's enough said there, right? Aleppo moment for me, truly. But, so I was tangentially sort of, and actually at that point, I was still running a Young Americans for Liberty chapter, and I actually represented the Libertarian Party in between the Democratic and the Republican Party at a debate at my old college. So, it's not that I have never been involved with the Libertarian Party. That's not where I'm coming from. I'm not sitting on some high horse like, I always knew that the Libertarian Party was bad. That's not necessarily where I'm coming from. It didn't take me very long to figure out that the Libertarian Party was not for me and probably shouldn't be for anyone. But, so that's not what this is about. But I am here to say I did a stream. I did a stream a year ago talking about why I don't support the Libertarian Party. And my channel was smaller then, only a little bit smaller. It's not like I have a big channel. I'm very proud of the following that I have, but let's be real, I'm not PewDiePie, okay? So I did a stream about why I didn't support the Libertarian Party. And for those of you who didn't watch it, I was still in the phase where it's not that I didn't think we should vote at all, which I say in the stream, but I did say that I didn't think we're going to vote our way out through the Libertarian Party. And at that point, a year ago, I just really didn't support voting in politics unless it was like self-defense, like if your taxes are being raised locally or something like that. I didn't see it as a strategy at all. My opinion has obviously changed since then. I'm actually working on a video right now talking about localism, and I'm not going to get really into how my opinion has changed on voting and things like that, because I'll be talking about this in this localism video that I'm hopefully going to get up here soon this month. So that's that. My opinion's changed on voting, but my opinion on the Libertarian Party from a year ago has not changed. I've watched the Libertarian Party kick people out for saying naughty things. We all know the Libertarian Party is, to be quite honest, to use a cringy pop culture reference, it's a scum of, it's a hive of scum and villainy. I don't know what else to say. And the thing that gets me is a lot of the people that don't like the GOP strategy, they usually give a couple reasons why you should vote for LP and not GOP. Let's set the spoiler arguments aside and things like that, and recognition arguments aside, and who knows who. Let's just talk about two main things. The reason why I see a lot of people in the LP and just libertarians in general criticize the GOP is for compromising on issues. We all know Michael Malice's beloved phrase, conservatism is progressivism, driving the speed limit. So compromising on issues and disloyalty, not being loyal to people that they should be loyal to, and throwing people under the bus like we watched them do to Ron Paul. That is why people mostly do not support GOP. The two main arguments. Most people acknowledge we agree with GOP on some stuff, but they don't take care of their own very well unless you scratch their backs really well and you don't really get anything in return, according to some people, or you compromise on things. And for those of you who don't know, basically what's going on in the Libertarian Party right now, there's been a bit of a spat between the Mises Caucus, who, before I get into this also, I just want to say there are good people working in the Libertarian Party. Not a lot. But there are. So before anyone goes, not all Mises Caucus members or not all Libertarian Party members, don't be stupid. Obviously, I know that. And there are well-meaning people, I should say. They mean well. They want to make change. They feel that this is the best way to do it. I fully understand that, just so we know going in. But that's not the point of tonight. The point is, I'm correct about the LP, and here's why. What's been going on is the Mises Caucus, which is supposed to be taking over the Libertarian Party and basically returning to tradition, so to speak, and trying to make the Libertarian Party libertarian again instead of super progressive. Instead of endorsing Joshua Smith, who I personally like, he's come a long way over the past couple years, which we all expected them to endorse for vice chair of the Libertarian Party, has endorsed a progressive. Like, there's not really another way to put it. There's just not. And, here's the thing. I fully understand that you're not going to find somebody who agrees with you on everything. By the way, the name of the progressive that they've endorsed for vice chair is Eric Rodsep. In case anyone needs to know exactly who they've endorsed, I'll just say his name just so we are clear who I'm talking about. I want to say I personally, I'm not getting this all secondhand. I've went to this guy's Facebook, both his political page and his personal page. He has stuff about George Floyd. He has stuff about LGBTQ rights. He's got a YouTube channel where he talks about racism, LGBTQ rights. In the racism video, of course, he talks about the MLK speech, which I just want to say this again. I know I've said it before. If you still think that Martin Luther King Jr. is a respectable figure and should be for libertarians, I just really don't have any words for you. Just read Murray Rothbard. Like, what's wrong with you? But anyway, basically all the typical stuff that you would expect to see from a more progressive libertarian. And I'm not surprised. What I am surprised and deeply saddened by, and what I have an issue with, listen, Libertarian Party is going to be progressive. I think it's admirable that people are trying to take it over and change things, but it is fundamentally, Murray, why are we not learning from Rothbard's mistakes? Murray Rothbard is said to have told people that there are two greatest moments in his life. The first was marrying his wife, which is adorable. The second was the day he left the Libertarian Party. Why are we ignorantly and self-righteously thinking that we can do better than Murray Rothbard? And, well, we're going to change it. And Murray Rothbard was wrong about the Libertarian Party. Why do we need to think that we can do better? He was wrong, and it's different now. It's not different. Any organization that is not explicitly right-wing will inevitably become left-wing. That's really it. I tweeted out the 3 laws on Twitter the other day. That's one of the 3 laws, Robert Conquest's 3 laws. It's really not that complicated, folks. It's just really not. And like I said, I'm not reveling in the fact that I'm right about this, but I have such a problem, not just with the progressive stuff. Obviously, that's annoying, but that's expected. It's expected that anybody that wants to get high up or super invested in the Libertarian Party is probably not going to align with me on social issues. I know this. That's why video incoming. I'm a Tho Bishop Republican, y'all. Like, simple as. That's a story for another day. That's a discussion for another day. That's why I don't support the Libertarian Party. I did it I think it was at least an hour live stream a year ago. It's in the thumbnail. You see why I don't support the Libertarian Party from a year ago. I've been talking about this. Why are we not learning from Murray Rothbard? Hoppy and Snake Memes, what's up? Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. Hobby and Singing said Murray had the best redemption arc. Pro open borders, and then he visited Russia and changed his mind. Murray Rothbard does have a great redemption arc, and that's why I get so mad when people are like, bro, late Rothbard's bad. If you don't like late Rothbard, that tells me a lot about you. We'll just put it that way. We must learn from these people's mistakes. We have to, if we want to move forward. We just simply have to. The progressive stuff obviously bothers me. Look at this shirt. Not really a big fan of progressive libertarianism, in quotes. Okay, guys? Clearly not really my thing. But what bothers me more is the blatant disrespect and just complete disregard for how loyal someone has been to you, and in response, you're essentially slapping the person in the face. Listen, I'm not going to speak for Joshua Smith. I don't support the Libertarian Party anyway, so obviously when Joshua Smith is still involved, is like, well, I'm going to be the vice chair of the Libertarian Party. To be honest, like, I'm not going to pull any punches. I thought it was stupid. I'm wondering, why is this guy who's clearly passionate, who wants to make change and get involved in politics, why is he still involved with the Libertarian Party? I just simply do not understand. My brain is going to explode. But I at least admired the passion and how much he really seems to care. And then the Mises Caucus doesn't endorse him and endorses a progressive. What? The slap in the face, the disloyalty is just disgusting to me. I'm sorry. There's just no other way to say it. You guys know me. I don't pull punches. I'm known as a bit of a bully. It's fine. I think it's disgusting. Loyalty is very important to me. If somebody stands up for me and is going to bat for me, I'm going to say thank you, and I'm at least not going to throw them under the bus. But that's what's happened here. Someone's been thrown under the bus, and not only thrown under the bus, it's not just that they didn't endorse, it's just the fact of also who it was for. It's so two-sided. The loyalty thing bothers me more because obviously we all know I don't like progressive libertarians. But also, not only do they're disloyal to this person who's been so loyal to them and so supportive of their endeavors. And I've watched Joshua Smith go to bat for the Mises Caucus and say, I know you guys think that it's not worth it, but like they're really trying to do a good thing and they're great guys. And then this is just a slap in the face. This is my opinion. I've seen a few tweets from Joshua Smith, but I don't want to speak for him. This is completely my opinion, just so we're clear. That is so gross to me. It's disgusting. And it just proves myself and others correct. I want to address a critique of all the people. There's a lot of people on social media tonight saying, oh, I was right about the Libertarian Party. And a lot of people, Dave Smith included, I'm not attacking Dave Smith, but are saying things like, well, you guys aren't even involved in the Libertarian Party. So it's really shitty for you to say, well, I'm right about the Libertarian Party. You're not there putting in the work. So how can you judge their decisions? Bro, lady, whatever you are, this is why. This is a prime example of why even with the Mises Caucus existing, none of us want anything. We do not want to be within 300 feet of the Libertarian Party person or organization for this exact reason. What's going on right now is proof positive of everything we've been saying. All of our concerns. A lot of us, like I said earlier, we like a lot of the Mises Caucus guys. I do think most of their hearts are in the right place. Not all of them. Some of them have been assholes. But a lot of them are good guys. They're just trying to make a difference. But in the back of our minds, we thought, listen, we're going to learn from Murray Rothbard's mistake. This is not a good idea. Everything I said previously in this stream, obviously. And instead of saying, wow, yeah, it sucks you guys are right, people are doubling down and saying, well, actually, you're not involved. So how can you critique their decision? No. You don't get to say now and double down because you're embarrassed that y'all supported this and suddenly say, oh, well, you don't know because you're not putting in the work. Yeah, this is why. Why would we put, look what's happening to Joshua Smith. He put in the work. That dude was there from the very beginning, supporting them. And still, God love him, I would not have put up with half the stuff that Joshua Smith has. In regards to the Libertarian Party, that's a whole nother story. Like I said, I don't want to get into that. That's not really my business. This is just a core example of why none of us wanted anything to do with the Libertarian Party in the first place. We think it's a terrible strategy. This is what's going to happen. And people are downplaying like, oh, well, the vice chair is just like, they're not really in charge of anything. They're just like a secretary. Are they? Because I was under the impression that a vice chair is an important position, and should something happen or should the chair step down, the vice chair steps up. And do you want the person stepping up to that to be progressive, essentially George Floyd libertarian? Like, I don't think so, unless you're fine with that, in which case your values don't really align with mine, and that's fine, but you're claiming your values align with mine and endorsing someone like that. So, I mean, you guys know, after a certain point, there's no point in pointing out hypocrisy. People are going to be hypocritical. It's a thing. It's not like we didn't expect this from the Libertarian Party, but I just had to stream and talk about this tonight because it exemplifies so much of what all of us have been saying this entire time. Disappointed but unsurprised is the mood tonight. Because I am disappointed, you know? Part of me wanted to be incorrect about this and see those guys succeed at least a little bit. And just when it seems like they're succeeding, they endorse someone like this guy. And it just like all my Thanos snap faith in these guys just floats away in the wind. It's just, it's so incredibly disappointing. And it's gross. And I do not like disloyalty. And that's exactly what this is. I'm sorry. There's no other way to take it. I don't know if they mean it that way. But politics, unfortunately, is a lot about optics. And optically, this looks incredibly bad. It does not look good. Maybe they don't mean it that way. Obviously, they still like Joshua Smith. But, like, you can't look at this situation and take this any other way. There's no other way to look at it. It's exactly what it looks like, whether they mean it that way or not. Okay, I think my rant's over. We're having a lot of discussion in the chat. So I'm going to go through the chat. If I think of something else, I just wanted to get all that out of the way. Hoppy and Snake memes. I enjoy new discourses. I've been turned on to new discourses quite recently. The podcast is pretty good, yes. Also, great to see Hoppy and Snake memes in the chat. Thank you for stopping by again. I saw someone earlier said you're the reason they read more Hoppa, which of course I always appreciate. Yeah, I just really don't know what else to say about it, guys. This is not... I don't really mean this to be a smug asshole stream. I really don't. I kind of do, but not really. Like, it's double-sided. Am I glad that I'm correct? Sort of, but then sort of not. Because it sucks to see good people get sucked into something that is just... seems to have ultimately been a waste of time, to be honest. Like, I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I streamed about this a year ago. Now there's all these people jumping on like, yeah, actually, I was talking about this years ago too. No, you weren't. I have receipts. I did a live stream a year ago saying I don't support the Libertarian Party because they attack all these guys that I really like. And in that stream, I said Eric July, Dave Smith, Tom Woods, all these guys were getting attacked. And then Dave Smith, look, he's like involved in the Libertarian Party now, and it's kind of blowing up on him. It looks really bad. And I feel bad because, like I said, there's a lot of well-meaning people, but you just, anytime you put yourself in a situation, you're going to have to make compromises, okay? You do have to compromise on some things. Libertarians don't know the meaning of that. So if you're going to surround yourself by people who you know you might eventually a tiny bit have to compromise with, you should probably make sure that those people you're not compromising with on, I don't know, things like progressivist bullshit talking points and things like that. Oh, hey, ANCAP Gamer, what's up? I don't know. Like I said, really disappointing. I'm going to go back and read the chat a little bit now. Restored Data said, I was registered in the LP about 4 years, switched to independent. LP feels like infiltrated by leftists, in my opinion. I mean, at this point, I don't think that's an opinion. I think it's just factual, to be honest with you. Hoppy and Snake Meme said, I've concluded the difference between left-wing and right-wing politics stems from the dialectical materialism and Aristotle's law of non-contradiction, respectively. That's interesting. That's too big brain for me right now. I think, man, I'd love to have you on sometime. You face dox yourself on TikTok, so I feel like you need to get out there and do more long form content. Because I do feel like, I mean, I'm in a group chat with a lot of guys, and I think we feel like literally just your memes by themselves have done so much just to spread Hoppy and ideas and stuff like that. I feel like you need to get out there and like be talking about these things. I mean, I know you do TikToks and stuff, but I'd like to see more long form stuff from you. The left loves contradictions, a part of Hegelian dialectics. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that. And it makes sense because there's so many times where you ask yourself, why is their entire worldview just their entire worldview just doesn't make any sense. It's a walking contradiction. And why do I love laughing at it and pointing it out so much? It's like a self-reflection thing. Because I just said it earlier, I love pointing out, not necessarily their hypocrisy, because I don't really think there's a point other than to laugh at them. The thing is, like, when I come at pointing out hypocrisy of leftists, it's not because I think they're going to go, oh, light bulb, wow, you're so right. I'm a right-winger now. It's like, no, I'm under no illusions that they're going to do that. I am under the impression that I think it's hilarious. My viewers think it's hilarious. People that follow me think it's hilarious. And we're all having a good laugh at this crazy person. Hoppa's whole deal is pointing out performative contradictions. Yeah, and I think that's ultimately something that especially like late Rothbard and Hoppe definitely pointing out performative contradictions like that, but not in like a cringy, like, not entirely in an own the libs way, like a cringy, like BoomerCon own the libs way, but like a here's exactly why logically you're an idiot kind of way is more my style, for sure. For posterity, Mac and Liberty, I miss being on Telegram. I reforwarded my computer and lost access to Telegram because my phone is too old for it, but I like your Telegram group. Oh no! That sucks. Crypto nationalist, you missed the whole thing. That's okay. I am going to stream for a little bit longer. I went on like a 20-minute rant about the Libertarian Party yet again. Which I really, just to be clear, I don't like to talk about. Like, I mean, to a certain extent, the people being like, you're not involved, why do you care? Yeah, you're right, but at this point, you're seeing a lot of good people sucked into something that's just a waste of time, and that's very frustrating. Incredibly frustrating. I don't know, guys. Like, what else is there to say? I've got, like, almost 30 viewers right now, and I'm just sitting here, like, sighing to myself because people are idiots. Like, I just don't understand. I've talked about this a lot of times. Also, wait. I just remembered something that I saw in the chat. Is he still here? I don't know if he's still here. Let's see. RZ Scott, yeah, I think you have been here for 2 years. I just saw your older message. Oh, someone that follows me on Twitter asked me to... Oh, Kyle Matovic. You follow me on Twitter. Hey, you gotta come on my show. We follow each other on Twitter. I want to talk about this with you. I'd love to come on your show, Kyle. Email me, or if we follow each other on Twitter, you should be able to DM me. You should, I think. Crypto Nationalist. Thoughts on Jack Murphy, aka John Goldman? Yeah, Mr. Goldman, Irishman, I'm told. I mean, here's the thing. I've known that Murphy has written that cuck article since, like, so for those of you who don't know, I'm like tangentially involved, like, know of red pill, like, manosphere stuff, and I'm mutuals with some of the manosphere guys on Twitter. So I've kind of been laughing at Jack Murphy with them for like at least a year or two, and always knew about that cuck article. So when that surfaced, I'm like, well, yeah, guys, this has been forever. The other stuff, which my eyes will never recover from, I didn't know about. It's not really surprising. Don't take masculine courses from people online. Find a good mentor, masculine mentor. In-person thing, thanks, for God's sake. Don't give people your money online to teach you how to be a man. That's ridiculous. Or a woman, for that matter. Just don't do it. It's just, look at what's happening. It's such a giant grift. That's really all I have to say about that. Louisiana Black Bear and Joshua and Brewer, thank you for subscribing. Someone called Lobster Crustacean subscribed to my YouTube channel 7 hours ago. That's pretty funny. That's a cool name. I think they're a Jordan Peterson fan. You guys are so funny. Let's just say I was not really surprised. Lift heavy objects, eat egg, clean your room. It's not really that hard, guys. Just wash your balls and lift weights. That's it. Second potato famine. Oh my gosh. You guys. Crypto National said, I'd never even heard of him before all this. Yeah, here's what people aren't talking about, though. I don't know if you guys know, but both him and a lot of other people, Zuby, some other, Jack Posovic, endorsed this Roman McClay guy who just went on, like, a giant spree and offed a bunch of people in tattoo parlors. But wrote a book about it, and in the book, he did that exact thing, and all these people had him on to talk about his book, and I don't want to say endorse, but they helped him promote his book, some of these people, not all of those people. Anyway. That's the more interesting story to me, and not really a lot of people are talking about it. Emo Hoppian said, currently lifting weights, incredibly based. Hoppy and Snake memes, Neo John Doyleism. I mean, guys, I followed John Doyle on Twitter, and then we both got kicked off of Twitter. I don't think it was in the same bandwave. I think he got kicked off before I did. But I like John Doyle a lot. We need to get him to read some Hans Hermann Hoppe, guys. Someone needs to make this happen. Yeah, the situation glows. Indeed. Yeah, it's in the book. According to an article that I saw, it's in the book, I will say. I don't have the book, because I'm not crazy. But according to a news article I read, that's in his book. So, yes. God of Lord said, I'm pretty sure in the cuck article that Jack Murphy wrote, he cites the Rational Male as an influence. That's pretty hilarious because, well, I mean, first of all, those two individuals don't get along and haven't for a while. Second of all, yes, Rollo is one of the three big R's of the manosphere. If you're involved in the manosphere, you probably got into it by either reading Rollo, Royce, or Roosh. So, I mean, that's like saying, I'm trying not to make a blasphemous religious reference right now. But that's like being a member of a band and being like, yeah, I got into this genre because of, you know, AC/DC. Like, oh yeah, I like rock music because of AC/DC. It's like, well, yeah, everybody does. Hoppy and Snake Penis. I'd love to convert him. He was so close with his Christianity as being inherently right wing. I know. He's so close. He's so close. Sometimes I send him things on Instagram. So now instead, I have bought his merchandise and I'm going to post pictures of myself in the merchandise holding Hoppian books. I just don't know how else to get him to read Hoppa, but he needs to because he's so close. I hear things that he says in videos and I'm like, this man has read Hans Hermann Hoppe. I know it. But I don't think he has. As Emo pointed out, Prax Ben did give John Doyle Anatomy of the State, but we just need him to go a little further. Just hop it in. Oh, you guys are so funny. Trusting journalists to accurately report book contents? Well, I'm certainly not going to buy the book, that's for sure. The fact remains to be seen, even if the journos are wrong and that's not actually in the book, the entire situation glows like I do in the sunlight. And I think it's really weird that this guy was so well connected. It's not even like necessarily, I don't think, a reflection on them. He was so well connected and the dude only had like 3K followers on Twitter. Like, what? How does he know all these people? How is he able, like, is the internet that stupid? They'll just like literally let anyone come on their show? Well, I guess so, because people let me go on their channels. But you guys get what I'm saying. Inventing the Individual. I have not read that book, Snake Mim. I will have to check it out. Six-star pre-workout explosion. Icy rocket freeze. Jeez. I feel like Doyle mentioned Hoppa in Elijah's last podcast at AmFest. I hope so. I know John Doyle has appeared on on Blaze stuff with Eric July. And I know in a segment that John Doyle was in with Eric July, where they were talking about libertarianism, Eric mentioned Hoppa and was like, whoa, that's not what libertarians are like. We're Hoppian and things like that, which is, of course, great, which I would expect from Eric. Academic and Agent is great, and he has had you on, so you must not be that bad. That's true. Yeah, I've been on AA's channel twice, I think. I haven't been following him much as of late. He was someone that was kind of introduced to me from like the friend of a friend type of thing. So I don't follow his content probably as much as I should. Hey Ozma, what's up? Jackson said, I remember Doyle, he said he had an ANCAP phase, but stuff like recreational nukes turned him away from it. So Chaos Theory is probably a better pick for a first Doyle read. I mean, I definitely think you could give him anything remotely paleo libertarian and he would be like, oh. Check out what streams? What are you talking about? One of the streams that I did with AA is behind a paywall. I know for sure. The other one might still be up. I'm not sure. For Posterity said AA has had some really interesting streams lately. You would highly recommend it. I'll have to check them out. Are the AA streams on Odyssey or something? Crypto Nationalist, are you in my Telegram? Because there's one stream that somebody found that they linked in my Telegram. And it was the one where we talked about race. Which might be why he put it behind a paywall. But it was very spicy. I truly feel that... I think when it comes to, like, McNukes, it's pretty much the same thing as, like, taxation is theft and, like, overthrow the government XD, I feel like people are turned off by libertarians, which I was one, that only know slogans. They don't know theory or economics or anything. They're just like, end the Fed. And you're like, well, why? And instead of talking about like time preference and how culture and the Federal Reserve are actually very closely entwined, which I'm considering making a video about because apparently it needs to be said, they just say things like, well, because it's bad. And it's like, well, who's going to take you seriously? Especially if you're like a conservative person that already thinks libertarians are a joke. Why would you take someone seriously? When in fact, I think probably if you're watching this stream, or I definitely have a lot more in common with paleocons than any kind of lolbert or leftist for sure. It's not even close in my eyes. License. Get your licenses, y'all. David Gleason, I'm catching up, but speaking of late Rothbard, 20 minutes ago, the Irrepressible Rothbard collection of the essays of the Rothbard Rockwell Report is on sale from $29 down to only $10 on Mises.org. Definitely would encourage you all to read that. It's great. Or you can check it out at RothbardRockwellReport.com. Tho Bishop runs a Substack where he's republishing the old Rothbard Rockwell reports as well. But both really good resources. Oh, so Field Barber said, oh, so the full auto gay weed thing again. I got you now. Yeah, the whole, I just want to live in a world where gay couples can defend their marijuana plants with AR-15s. I mean, I don't. At all. Actually, that sounds terrible. George Lincoln Rockwell. No. The great Lou Rockwell. Speaking of which, along with Buck Johnson, Jared from Twitter, Taylor Shiring from Twitter, a lot of other Hoppians actually, we did a really cool live stream thanks to Caleb Brown over on Twitter, where it was a Lou Rockwell appreciation stream. And it was really cool. I'd encourage you guys to go check that out. I'm probably going to repost it. It's on my Facebook page, but what political ideology are you now? Me? I'm an anarcho-capitalist, but I've been calling myself a Hoppian as of late. I'm still an anarcho-capitalist. Just me now opposed to 6 years ago, I actually know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm not a giant lolbert that's like, I'm socially liberal, fiscally conservative. Do you want a fucking medal? Like, congratulations! Have fun getting hired by TPUSA. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Hoppian Snake Meme said, I feel like I'm post-Hoppian at this point. I don't know. Like, is there a good label? At this point, I just released a t-shirt on my merch store called Do the Right Wing Thing. I feel like at this point, I'm just going to start calling myself right wing. And, like, that's it. Like, I don't know what else to do. Libertarian, anarcho-capitalist, Hoppian, question mark. I don't know. It's complicated, guys. Woman moment. It's complicated. I try not to go too far down the rabbit hole. Let's put it that way. But I do quite just like referring to myself as right wing. We need to just be right. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with you. But to me, libertarianism is right wing, and I'm just like still holding on. Like, I'm tired of letting. And guys, okay, let's really talk about this. Let's really talk about this for a second, since we're on the subject. You say right wing is too vague, or at least too disputed. It doesn't matter what label you pick. Things are so okay. Since it's late in the stream, I'm gonna cuss now. It doesn't matter what label you pick. Things are so fucking subverted that no matter what label you pick, One, there's going to be gays somewhere. Two, women somewhere just ethotting up, not knowing what they're talking about. Like I was, like 6 years ago, saying, I'm an ANCAP. Like, bitch, you don't know what an ANCAP is. Stop it. Or various other things. So it doesn't matter what label you pick. Saying like, well, if you call yourself right wing, it's vague. Like no offense. Saying, oh, if I call myself libertarian, it's vague. Whatever. Now Hoppian, there's like femboy Hoppian shit going on Twitter. I block them all because it's disgusting. But like, it's a thing. Like, don't ask me how they reconcile those two things in their life, but it's a thing. So I mean, you can call yourself whatever you want. At a certain point, I just don't know. I guess the question that I'm getting to is, at what point do I stop moving from label to label to label to label because things are being subverted? Do you see what I'm saying? Where do we draw the line? For me, I'm pissed off right now, and I'm drawing the line at libertarian. Libertarian is right wing. I'm sorry. But whatever. Plague Injected said, yeah, Hoppy and Snake memes. It's real. Let's not talk about it. I'm going to say bannable things on YouTube if we continue to talk about the femboy Hoppians, okay? Ugh. And do you know someone had the nerve to tell me, you shouldn't black femboys on Twitter. You're really limiting your audience. If it's from them, good. Why would I want to associate with those people? It's disgusting. Plague Injected. If you don't count all the conservative versions of right wing, which is just people trying to be better at being left wing than leftist, right wing works. Liquid Snake said depends on your view of right wing. I suppose that's true. Real E said gatekeeping is good, actually. We know I'm a huge proponent of that. Obviously. Plague Injected said, I just want to be a part of something that isn't run and controlled by them. Well, good luck. A lot of right-wingers view libertarianism as left-wing. That's because a lot of libertarians are left-wing. I mean, can we really blame them? There are trad femboys, so I'm not surprised at all. Redacted. I have no comments that I can say about that without getting suspended from platforms, so. Dylan, in regards to Osmo, what I do not get about Moldbug's Neo camera, whatever. I haven't read Moldbug. Oh no. I will say I'm very glad that I read Hoppa before any neo-reactionary stuff, because I feel like people read Moldbug and then they read Hoppa and they go insane because they read Moldbug before Hoppa. If you read neo-reactionary stuff before Hoppa stuff, I feel like you're in trouble. I do need to read Moldbug at some point just to be aware, obviously. Lion Paul. Right and left wing are the product of the political system. If you don't want a violent revolution, you have to pick a side. Make the right more libertarian. Well, I don't disagree with the make the right more libertarian. LOL me. That's why I went crazy. Is it? See? It's real. Like, if you read neo-reactionary stuff before you read Hoppa, it's, like, not good. Like, you really gotta go down that pipeline very, very carefully. What if it's not before, but instead of reading both makes you go crazy? Eh. Dylan Johnson said, I'm glad that others hate the femboy hopping and shit. The degeneration of masculinity is the degeneration of society as a whole. Yes, I quite agree with that. Hoppian said blasphemy. Hoppian Snake meme said blasphemy. Mentions Moldbug did nothing wrong. The only thing that I personally, like I said, haven't read Moldbug. I've talked about this on stream before. The only thing that I don't like about Moldbug, is it Moldbug or like Yarvin? Because I heard they're referred to as two different people, even though technically, I really, really have a lot of distaste for the term the cathedral. I don't like it. I feel like it's a demonization of Christianity. I get it's supposed to be a metaphor and, oh, the cathedral, I don't care. Why are we demonizing Christianity even more than it already is? Stop it, get some help. If it's a cathedral, Mr. Moldbug, where are all the Christians? I'm not calling it the cathedral. The regime, whatever, call it something else. I refuse to call it the cathedral. I really don't like that. Choppercast said, I agree, but would try going for a more descriptive label. Besides, if a right-wing worldview is based on order and human nature, can you say libertarianism is the only conclusion? If you're talking about my stripe of libertarianism, yes. I think I can say that confidently. Lion Paul, you should learn German so you can watch Hoppa be based on an Austrian talking show. Listen, guys, I already have dachshunds. I have a German gun cosplay. If I learn German, people are going to start asking questions, okay? For Posterity said, also consider Moldbug is not Christian. He's more of an early life candidate. I mean, obviously Moldbug is not Christian. I already know that. But that's not why I have a problem with the term cathedral. I have a problem with the term cathedral because whether intentionally or not, I'm not going to speculate. I just really don't like things that demonize Christianity even more. Oh, Hoppians. Okay, for everybody calling themselves a neo-cameralist. 1 second. You guys might find this Hoppian.org article interesting. What do I... Oh. Hold up. We might get some feedback here because I'm on my own YouTube channel here. 1 second. Yep, there we go. You guys, somebody wrote a pretty interesting, I quite liked the general idea of it, article for Hoppian.org, which was called, hang on. Let's see. You guys, it's called Ordo Naturalism as the Opposite of Anarcho-Tyranny. It's written by Spanish neo-cameralist for us back in May of 2021. It's actually a really good article. I just linked it in the chat if you guys want to check it out. It's very interesting. Probably not something you guys don't already know about, but... I do, of course, enjoy that this turned into me talking about being right again about the Libertarian Party to Hoppy and stuff. That's quite nice. I know Carrie Wedler. Neo-cameral ordo-naturalist Hoppian confirmed. Did you see the article? Snake meme? Is it the one? It is the one by Spanish neo-cameralist. Is he not on Twitter anymore? His Twitter is linked in the article, but I figure he may be kicked off at this point. But he's a fairly good writer. I enjoyed that article. It's one of our more interesting ones, I think. Yes, I know who Carrie Wedler is. Hoppy and Snake memes. Hey, Kenzie, how can I be on the show sometime? This show? Is this a show? Dude, you can come on anytime. Just let me know. We'll set it up. I've never had anybody else on my channel, but... You read the article? Yeah, the article's really good. Tell Spanish neo-cameralist I miss him on Twitter. I don't know where... I'm not connected with him. Is there a Kenzie Puff Discord? No, I don't have a Discord. I have a Telegram in which there's no grooming like there would be on Discord. My Telegram channel is linked in the description. And it's public, so anybody can join. No Discord, though. There's voice chat and Telegram, too, though, I think. Oh, you're kicked. Let's see. Well, I'm like sitting here like, guys, is he kicked off Twitter? I can look. Let's just go have a look-see. No, he's still on Twitter. Well, maybe not. Maybe not on that account, because it looks like, why are you laughing? Because I said no grooming? Everybody asked me if I have a Discord. Like, no, I don't have a Discord. I'm not trying to groom children. I mean, for God's sake, we must protect Osmo at all costs. I'm just kidding. Osmo's not a child. He's just younger. But no, people ask me about Discord all the time. Like, okay, clarification. I do have a Discord account, and I'm in other people's Discords because I want to connect with them. I myself don't have a Mac and Liberty or a Kenzie Puff Discord. AnCap Gamer said, do what Eric does, download your streams and make segments from them into other videos. Don't tell me what to do. Just kidding. I've done that a few times. I probably will clip my rant here and make it a video by itself. I've considered making a clip channel, but like people like who wants to subscribe to 2 channels, probably not a lot of people, so I have made clips before. Oh goodness. Yeah, Hoppy and Snake meme. If you want to A, come on my channel to talk about something, whatever it is, or B, ever be on stream with any of the hoppyin.org guys, they're all big fans. So any of us would be happy to talk to you. Also, yeah, thanks for 4,000 followers on Twitter, guys. That's pretty cool. We must protect Osmo. I'm just saying. You know the Kevin Hart meme where, like, the girl's holding Kevin Hart in her arms and, like, going like this, trying to keep the guy away? That's me. Get away from the younger people in my Telegram. Stop it. Dylan, I want to finish my book soon so everyone can start talking about ethical Darwinism. Ominous foreshadowing. Okay. That sounds very weird. I like that you guys thought it was grooming. Grooming was... Just subbed to my Twitter account. Cheers. Thanks. Appreciate it. I'm around. I'm around sometimes. Occasionally. Hopefully I can start making more video content for you guys. Oh, somebody asked if I'm going to be Twitch streaming after this. The answer is no, but I am streaming live on Twitch tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time. And so I'm streaming Wednesday and Friday on Twitch as usual. And Thursday, potential Hoppyin January 6th stream with some of the other guys. Potential. Not maybe happening yet. If you want to know, join my Telegram, whatever. Is there a Hoppy and Snake meme Discord? I don't know. I'm a fake fan. Yeah, it'll be talking about the events of that day and Hoppy and perspectives on it, probably. It's going to be fun if we can get it going. Some of me and some of the other guys are organizing it. We'll see. Anyways, yeah. I mean, I don't know. People are like, people call this a podcast. I'm like, don't call this a podcast. It's not a podcast. I refuse to become a podcaster. There's enough podcasters. We don't need any more. This is just me shitposting for an hour to you guys live. Okay? It's not a podcast. Like, at what point did streaming on YouTube become a podcast? I don't know. It's just weird. Lion Paul, I feel the state is culturally used for the left more nor, hence the guys like Academic Agent and Keith Woods are the reaction. Oh, Keith Woods. I mean, if you ask me, this state is just, it's going to be left wing. That's just like the natural state of things. So, I don't really think it's that surprising. God of Lord said my favorite podcast. This is not a podcast, guys. It's not a podcast. Not a podcast. If I had a podcast, what would it be called? Not a podcast is a podcast. Yeah. My favorite not podcast stream. It's not a podcast, guys. So rude. I'm being bullied right now. I can't believe this. This is bullshit. Chopacast. Fun fact, here in Brazil, at time, Hopkins tried to cancel Rothbard for being Aristotelian, stating that Mises and Kantian epistemology was the way to go. Really autistic stuff. That's incredibly autistic. Jesus. Libertarians being autistic? No way! Never. Maccast? Well, that's just lame. The Ken's cast? Yeah, that's very lame, guys. See, this is why I can't have a podcast. There's enough podcasts. It's fine. I don't have a podcast. I go on other people's podcasts. That's the correct way to do it. Osmo Ordo said, speaking of podcasts, I've been looking to get on a podcast. The only one I've been on was from a friend of mine laying Shrimp Po' Boy. Shrimp Po' Boy is the name of the person, not the podcast. I don't know that person or of that podcast, but that is a very delicious dish from Louisiana. Can we just talk about that for a second? Crypto Nationalist said, I'm fine with the term, but then again, I was introduced to the term through the distributist who is Catholic. We had some very big brain discussion tonight, guys. I'm so proud of you all. Mostly because Hoppy and Snake Beams was here. Wow. Okay. It's almost 9 o'clock my time. So I am going to dip out of here, guys. But thank you so much for hanging out tonight. It's good to be back. Hopefully you will return to my Tuesday night YouTube streams. They're not always this spicy, but tonight we had to get a little spicy. It's what it was called for. So we did. You guys are asking me some big questions right now, and I'm trying to leave, okay? God of Lord said, do you believe Protestantism can be saved? Listen, I'm a Lutheran. I've talked about this before on live streams. I did an entire live stream on my faith, which is just called My Faith on my channel if you want to watch, where I kind of talk about that. Very disappointed in pretty much every sect of Christianity right now. Still Christian, still believe in God, still believe Jesus is my savior, but whew, very, very disappointed. We'll just say that. Oh my God, they're speaking. Okay, I'm gonna go. Seriously. David Gleason. Now you guys are got me on another topic. David Gleason said, not looking into Eastern Orthodox like seemingly everyone else. No, I mean, I'm not 30 and without a husband, so I'm not really interested in Orthodoxy. Like, literally every other woman on Twitter is apparently when they hit like 28. Weird, isn't it? Nope. Sticking with Lutheranism for now. Hey Kenzie, are you at all familiar at all with the Constitution Party? Not really familiar, have heard of it, sounds pretty dumb. You're behind live by 10 minutes, disregard your last 5 comments. That's okay. Hey Gcash, shocker. Man, we had all the cool people in here tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for hanging out with me. Appreciate you always. Going to be playing Genshin Impact as usual over on Twitch Wednesday and Friday night this week. Sorry for being a little late tonight, but appreciate all of you guys that stuck around and listened to me rant and had pretty good discussion. Interesting discussion. You guys don't disappoint. Osmo said, I'm Levian Satanist, though not the edgy neckbeard kind. That's impossible, buddy. It's impossible to be a non-edgy neckbeard kind of Levian Satanist, first of all. I'll mail you some holy water, it'll be fine. We'll get through this together. Anyway, Jesus, Osmo. You guys crack me up. Alright, I'm seriously getting off of here. Hopefully see you guys Wednesday and Friday this week. New video coming out probably next week about localism and my journey to, like, what I think about voting now and, like, what party I'm joining. But I will see you guys. If I don't see you guys on my Wednesday and Friday Twitch streams, I'll see you around on social media. Hope that you guys can come hang out with me again. Inquisitor Jack, thank you so much for stopping by. I just saw your message. Hope your grandpa's doing well. Last time you said you were that he had gotten out of the hospital, so hope he's doing well. Hope everybody had a great New Year's again. If you're in here late and you missed me saying I hope everybody had a great New Year's at the beginning of the stream. Hope you had a great holiday. Happy 2022. Remember, no black pills allowed. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Thanks for the discussion, as always. And stay comfy. Stay comfy, everybody. Stay spicy, but stay comfy.